Welcome to Talk About It in English. Today, we are going to fix the biggest problem in your daily English life. It is not grammar, it is not pronunciation, it is the awkward silence that happens every single day when someone asks you a simple question.
Exactly. You know the moment we are talking about. You are at work, or maybe you are meeting a friend. They smile at you and say, "So, how was your day?" And you freeze. You know all the English words. You have studied for years, but your brain goes blank. You smile nervously, and you say the one word that kills the conversation. You say, "Good."
Or maybe you say, "Fine," and that is it. The conversation stops. There is an awkward silence. The other person nods and looks away. You feel frustrated because you wanted to talk more, but you just did not know how to start.
If this sounds like you, do not worry. This happens to almost every English learner at the A2 or B1 level. You are stuck in what we call the good trap. You give a one-word answer because it is safe, it is grammatically correct, but it is socially fatal. It signals to the other person that you do not want to talk.
Today, we are going to give you a specific tool to break out of that trap. We are not just going to give you a list of random phrases to memorize. We are going to teach you a system, a simple 3-step formula that you can use to answer "How was your day?" or "How is it going?" every single time. By the end of this episode, you will be able to speak for 30 seconds fluently, express your feelings, and keep the conversation flowing naturally.
This is Talk About It in English, so we are going to build this skill together. We will break it down, giving you the sentence patterns, the vocabulary, and the practice you need. If you are ready to stop saying good and start making real connections, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you never miss a lesson that helps you speak about your real life.
Let us jump right in. The formula we are using today is called FFR. That stands for fact, feeling, and return. It sounds simple, but the magic is in how you connect these 3 things. Most learners only do the first part, and they do it poorly. They give a fact, but a very boring one.
Right. Think about it. If I ask you, "How was your day?" and you say, "It was good. I went to work." That is technically a fact. You did go to work, but it gives me nothing to hold on to. It's like passing me an empty plate. I can't eat from an empty plate. I can't ask you questions about that because everyone goes to work.
Exactly. So step 1 of our formula is the fact, but not just any fact. We need what we call a highlight fact. You need to choose one specific thing that happened during your day. It doesn't have to be a huge event. You don't need to say you won the lottery or got a promotion. It just needs to be specific enough to be interesting.
Let's look at the difference. Instead of saying, "I went to work," you could say, "I actually had a really busy morning with meetings." Do you hear the difference? The first one is generic. The second one paints a picture. Busy morning, meetings. Now I have a picture in my head of you sitting in a room with people talking.
Or instead of saying, "I studied English," which is a bit dry, you could say, "I finally finished that difficult chapter I was stuck on." The word "finally" adds a story. It implies you were struggling and now you've succeeded. That's a highlight fact.
Let's practice finding these facts. I want you to think about your day right now. If you are listening to this in the morning, think about yesterday. If you are listening at night, think about today. Don't list your whole schedule. We don't want a police report. First I did this, then I did that. No. Just pick one moment.
Maybe you cooked a new recipe. Maybe you missed the bus. Maybe you had a funny conversation with a colleague. Maybe you just managed to clear your email inbox. Any of these are better than just saying "it was okay."
Here's a useful sentence pattern for step 1. You can start with "it was," followed by a general summary, and then use the word "actually" to introduce your fact. For example, "It was pretty good, actually. I managed to finish my project early."
I love using "actually" there. It makes you sound so much more natural. It signals to the listener that you're about to share some real information. Let's try another pattern. If you had a bad day, don't just say "it was bad." Try this. "It was a bit rough, honestly. My computer crashed right before lunch."
That is a perfect highlight fact. My computer crashed. It's a specific event. Now, as a listener, I immediately want to ask, "Oh no, did you lose your work?" See, the conversation is alive. You gave me something to react to.
So that is step 1, the fact. But a fact alone can still be a little cold. If you just say, "My computer crashed," it is a statement. We need to add some humanity to it. We need to show how that fact impacted you. That brings us to step 2, the feeling.
This is where you connect with the other person. People connect through emotions, not just information. If you tell me your computer crashed, I can guess how you felt. But it is much more powerful if you tell me. Did you feel angry? Did you feel panicked? Did you feel like laughing because it was ridiculous?
This is where we need to upgrade your vocabulary adjectives. Stop using good, bad, happy, and sad. Those are level 1 words. We want to get you to level 2 or level 3. If your day was busy, how did you feel? Maybe you felt exhausted. Maybe you felt productive. Maybe you felt overwhelmed.
Let us look at that example again. Fact, I had a busy morning with meetings. Now let's add the feeling, which was exhausting. Put it together, I actually had a busy morning with meetings, which was exhausting.
Or, if you enjoy being busy, you could say, I actually had a busy morning with meetings, but I felt really productive. Do you see how the feeling changes the entire meaning of the story? In the first version, I want to offer you a coffee and say, pour you. In the second version, I want to say, good job.
The structure we are using here is very useful. You state the fact, and then you use a relative clause starting with which was followed by your adjective. I missed my bus, which was so annoying. I found a great parking spot, which was lucky.
Another pattern for step 2 is simple subject-verb adjective. I felt or I was. For example, I finally finished that project. I was so relieved. Relieved is a beautiful word. It means you are stressed, but now the stress is gone. Using words like relieved, frustrated, satisfied, or confused adds so much color to your English.
Let us try to combine step 1 and step 2 with a few different scenarios. Sarah, imagine I ask you, how was your day? Give me a scenario where you had a quiet day at home.
Okay, step 1, fact, I did a lot of cleaning. Step 2, feeling, it was satisfying. So my full answer is, it was nice. I actually did a lot of cleaning today, which was surprisingly satisfying.
That is great. Surprisingly satisfying is a great combination. It tells me you didn't expect to enjoy cleaning, but you did. Now let's try a work scenario. Step 1, fact. My boss gave me a new deadline. Step 2, feeling, stressed.
Okay, here's how I would say that naturally. It was a bit intense, honestly. My boss moved up the deadline on our big project, so I'm feeling pretty stressed out.
Notice how Sarah used "it was a bit intense" as an opening summary. That's a great phrase to keep in your pocket. Intense is a very useful word when things are busy or serious. And then she connected the fact to the feeling using so. My boss moved the deadline, so I'm feeling stressed.
Now, what if you had a really great day? Let's say you met an old friend for lunch. Step 1, fact, had lunch with Julie. Step 2, feeling, great to catch up.
Try this. It was really lovely. I grabbed lunch with an old friend I haven't seen in years, so I'm just feeling really happy today.
That sounds so natural. And notice, we are not using complex grammar. This is mostly past simple tense. I grabbed lunch. I felt happy. It was intense. You don't need to be advanced to use this formula. You just need to be intentional.
So we have the fact, we have the feeling. You have spoken for maybe 10 or 15 seconds. The other person is listening. They are interested. But now comes the danger zone. If you stop talking now, there might still be a silence. You have the ball, and you need to throw it back.
That brings us to step 3, the return. A conversation is like a game of tennis. You can't just hold the ball. You have to hit it back over the net. But here's the mistake most learners make. They just say, and you?
And you is grammatically correct. There's nothing wrong with it. But it is a little bit lazy. It's what we call a mirror question. You are just mirroring the exact same question back. It works, but if you want to sound more fluent and more engaging, you should ask a specific question based on what you know about the other person, or based on the time of day.
Right. If you ask a specific question, it shows you care. It shows you are thinking about them, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Let's look at some better alternatives to and you.
If it's the end of the day, instead of and you, ask, how did your Tuesday go? It's a tiny change, but specifying the day makes it sound more immediate. How did your Tuesday go?
Or you can ask about something you know they were doing. If you know your colleague was working on a report, you can say, how is that report coming along? If you know your friend went to the gym, asking, did you make it to the gym today?
If you do not know anything specific about their day, you can ask an open-ended question that invites them to share their own fact and feeling. Something like, "Did you get up to anything interesting?" Or, "Has your day been busy?"
I love "Has your day been busy?" It is a very easy question for the other person to answer. They can say yes or no and then explain. It is a very polite, low-pressure way to return the ball.
So, let us put the whole formula together. Step 1, fact. Step 2, feeling. Step 3, return. Let us listen to what this sounds like in a full flow. Sarah, I will be the friend. Hey Sarah, long time no see. How was your day?
Oh, it was really good, actually. I finally managed to book my flights for my vacation, so I am just feeling super excited right now. How has your week been going?
Wow, that was perfect. Let us break that down. Fact, booked flights. Feeling, super excited. Return, how has your week been going? It was 3 sentences. It took about 8 seconds to say, but in those 8 seconds, you gave me so much information and energy.
And notice the energy difference. If I had just said good, you would have to do all the hard work to keep the conversation alive. By using the formula, I made it easy for you.
Let us try a negative one. Sometimes days are bad. You do not have to lie and say you are fine. Authenticity is great for English practice. So Sarah, ask me.
Hey Mark, you look a bit tired. How was your day?
To be honest, it was a drag. I was stuck in traffic for an hour this morning, which completely ruined my mood. I'm just glad to be home. Did you have a better day than me?
That was excellent. Let's look at the vocabulary there. It was a drag. That is a great idiom. It means boring, annoying, or tiring. D-R-A-G. It was a drag. Then the fact, stuck in traffic. The feeling, ruined my mood. And the return, did you have a better day than me?
That return is actually really clever. By asking, "Did you have a better day than me?" you are making a little joke. You are lightening the mood. You are acknowledging that your day was bad, but you are inviting the other person to share something positive. It builds a connection.
Now, I want to address a common worry our listeners have. I can hear some of you thinking, but Sarah, Mark, what if nothing happened? What if my day was just normal? I woke up, I worked, I ate lunch. I don't have a highlight.
That is a valid concern. But remember, a highlight doesn't have to be big. It just has to be specific. If your day was completely normal, talk about the normalcy. That can be your fact.
For example, you can say, it was a pretty standard day actually, just lots of paperwork and coffee. I'm feeling a bit bored, to be honest. How about you? Did you do anything exciting?
See what she did there? The fact was paperwork and coffee. The feeling was bored. Even being bored is a feeling you can talk about. You don't need to be fascinating. You just need to be communicative.
Another strategy for a boring day is to talk about what you are going to do. Shift the focus from the past to the future.
Oh, that is a great tip. So if your day was boring, you could say, "It was pretty quiet. I'm just looking forward to getting home and watching a movie. I'm pretty tired. What are your plans for the evening?"
Nice. So the fact becomes your plan, watching a movie. The feeling is looking forward to it. And the return shifts to the evening plans. This is very flexible. The core idea is simply give information, give emotion, ask back.
I want to talk a little bit about the grammar of the return, specifically about tenses. This is a place where small mistakes happen. If you ask about the day, you usually use past tense. How was your day? Or how did your day go?
Correct. But if you ask about the week and it's only Wednesday, the week is not finished, so we often use the present perfect. How has your week been? Or how have you been this week?
That is a detail that really helps you sound B2 or C1 level, knowing when to switch from past simple to present perfect. If the time period is finished, like yesterday, use past simple. How was yesterday? If the time period is still open, like today or this week, you can use present perfect. How has today been?
But don't stress too much about that. If you say, how was your week on a Wednesday, everyone will understand you. The most important thing is that you are asking a question at all.
Let us do some shadowing practice. We are going to give you 3 full responses using the formula. We want you to listen and then repeat them out loud. If you are on the bus, you can just mouth the words. But if you are alone, say them big and loud. Your mouth muscles need to learn the shape of these sentences.
Scenario 1, a good productive day at work. Listen first. It was actually really productive. I knocked out a huge presentation, so I'm feeling pretty accomplished. How was your workday?
Okay, now I will break it down for you to repeat. I will leave a pause after each part. It was actually really productive. I knocked out a huge presentation, so I am feeling pretty accomplished. How was your workday?
Great! Did you catch that phrasal verb? Knocked out? To knock out a presentation means to finish it quickly and effectively, and the adjective accomplished means you feel proud of what you did.
Scenario 2. A tiring day with a small annoyance. Listen first. It was a long one, honestly. I had a headache all afternoon, which was miserable. I am just ready to relax. How are you holding up?
Okay, your turn to shadow. Repeat after me. It was a long one, honestly. I had a headache all afternoon, which was miserable. I am just ready to relax. How are you holding up?
How are you holding up is a fantastic phrase. It is a caring way to ask, how are you, when you think the other person might be tired or stressed too. It implies, life is hard. Are you surviving? It creates a nice bond.
Scenario 3. A social weekend update. Imagine it is Monday morning. Listen first. The weekend was lovely. I checked out that new Italian restaurant downtown, which was delicious. I'm still thinking about the pasta. Did you get up to much?
Okay, let us shadow that. The weekend was lovely. I checked out that new Italian restaurant downtown, which was delicious. I'm still thinking about the pasta. Did you get up to much?
Did you get up to much sounds very British and very natural. It just means did you do much? It's a very common casual phrase for weekends.
Now that you have these patterns, I want to talk about how to use them when you are listening, because this formula is not just for speaking. It helps you understand others too. When you ask someone, how was your day? Listen for their fact and their feeling.
Yes. If they say, oh, it was hectic, the printer broke, you know their fact is the printer and their feeling is hectic. Your job as a listener is to respond to one of those two things. You can respond to the fact, oh, the printer, again, or you can respond to the feeling, oh, that sounds so stressful.
This is how conversations go deep. You use your formula to speak, and you use the formula to analyze what you hear. It gives you a roadmap. You never have to feel lost again because you know exactly what components to look for.
We have covered a lot today. We talked about why good and fine are traps. We learned the FFR formula, fact, feeling, return. We learned how to use actually and honestly to sound natural. We upgraded our adjectives from happy to relieved, accomplished, and exhausted. And we learned how to ask better return questions.
It seems like a lot, but remember, you don't have to do it perfectly every time. The goal is progress, not perfection. The next time someone asks you about your day, just try to add one extra sentence, just one fact, or just one feeling.
If you struggle to find the right words in the moment, that's okay. You can practice this alone. Narrate your life to yourself. When you are brushing your teeth at night, look in the mirror and ask yourself, how was my day? Then answer using the formula.
I washed the dishes, which was boring. I called my mom, which was nice. I watched this video, which was helpful. Practice makes permanent. The more you do it alone, the easier it will be when you are face-to-face with a native speaker.
And speaking of practice, we have a small challenge for you. We want you to take the next step immediately. Content is useless if you don't use it. We want you to open your phone right now. Go to your messaging app, WhatsApp, Messenger, iMessage, whatever you use.
Find the last conversation you had where someone asked you, how are you? Or how's it going? Maybe it was a friend, a family member, or a colleague. Even if it was a few days ago, we want you to send them a message using the fact plus feeling plus return formula.
You can say something like, hey, I was just thinking about you. My day has been crazy busy with work, but I'm feeling good. How have you been?
Or, if you want to be really brave, record a voice note. Voice notes are excellent practice because you are speaking, but you have the safety of recording it privately first. Send a 30-second voice note telling them about your day using the structure we taught you.
If you do this, you will see something amazing happen. They will reply with a longer message. They will share more about their life. You will see the conversation open up like a flower. That's the power of English. It's not just about passing a test. It's about connecting with people.
Before we go, I want to recap one final tip about body language. When you deliver your fact and feeling, make sure your face matches your words. If you say, it was exciting, but your face looks bored, the listener will be confused.
That is so true. English is an expressive language. We use our intonation and our faces to carry meaning. When you say, I was so relieved, let your shoulders drop. Let your breath out. When you say, it was annoying, maybe roll your eyes a little. It helps you feel the language, not just think it.
And do not be afraid to pause. If someone asks, How was your day? You do not have to answer in 0.1 seconds. You can take a breath. You can say, let me think. That gives you time to find your fact. Native speakers do this all the time.
Let me think. That is a great phrase to buy time. Use it. It shows confidence. It shows you are actually reflecting on the question rather than just giving a robotic answer.
We really hope this formula helps you navigate your daily conversations with more confidence. We know how scary that moment of silence can be, but now you have a map. You know exactly where to go. Fact, feeling, return.
If you found this lesson helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are building a library of videos just like this, focused on real life, not just grammar rules. We want to help you talk about your job, your weekend, your health, and your plans.
And if you have a specific topic you struggle to talk about, maybe it is making phone calls or ordering in a restaurant or talking to a doctor, leave us a comment below. We read every single comment and we use your ideas to make our future videos.
Your English journey is a marathon, not a sprint. But every time you have a real conversation, every time you move beyond good and fine, you are winning a little victory. You are becoming a bilingual speaker.
So go out there, find your fact, name your feeling, and return the ball. You've got this.
Thanks for listening to Talk About It in English. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Keep talking.